Well, welcome to What's New. And today is our third show. Go ahead. Oh, look, there's my little
We got
friend.
the television back again.
Well, are we on?
I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know
on.
if we're on or not.
Well, let's assume we are.
Okay, we'll just pretend that we really are on. Tonight our guest
Charlie Brown is.
We're looking at Charlie Brown. Yeah.
is Tish from the Extension Office from Missouri.
University of Missouri Extension.
And
Very long.
okay, so Iris, I'll turn it over to you.
Oh, okay. And Tish, do you want to tell us something about your job and what you have to offer to the city, the county?
What we have to offer. Well, okay, well, our job is to extend the resources of the entire university system to the local level, okay? And we do that, we have 6 different program areas. They're not going to be unfamiliar to you. Agriculture, in our office we have a person we call a plant science person, that's Katie Kamler. Katie does a dual role of agronomy and horticulture, so anything green and growing. Bugs, weeds, pumpkins are her specialty, but anything green and growing she deals with. We have a livestock specialist, Ben Davis. He really likes cattle, but he deals with other things too. So we have other forms of agriculture. We have a youth person, that's Gretchen Jacobs. She's been there 10 years, and she oversees our 4-H program. All youth stuff we call 4-H. I do community development, and I'm in a dual role as the county program director, because some poor schmo had to get stuck with that part of the job. And I've been doing that. It was me. And I've been doing that about, 15 and a half years or so. And so I work a lot with what we call our Exceed program. It's our entrepreneurship initiative. And that's our Mississippi River Hills whole thing, and some other pieces of helping small businesses get started. Local government support, things like our candidate forums, which I believe you've all been to. We don't have any more this year, but so we get a little break, but next year we will. And we have a business development people, including the small business development centers throughout Missouri. There's one in Cape Girardeau, so we have people who work directly one-on-one with businesses or offer classes. We have our human environmental science people. That's nutrition. We work Judy Colligan works in the schools, primarily Bloomsdale. That's a federally funded program working with food safety, nutrition, those sorts of things.
So in other words, anybody that has a question can call you.
You know, we are the old slogan, the place to go when you need to know. If we don't know the answer, we know who does. And then we also have continuing education, which you don't always see locally, but online programming, MU High School, we have their degree and non-degree programs, that's all extension. Fire and Rescue Training Institute, Law Enforcement Institute, those are all extension. So we don't necessarily do traditional college classes in the small communities because we can't get the bodies, but we do have things online. We are more here to answer local needs, regional needs. We work on a regional basis. So it's a lot of one-on-one consultations. There are classes, specialty classes. Katie has a Master Gardener training coming up. Oh yeah, we all love the Master Gardener program. It's, I'm going to get in trouble. I think it's 10 classes. It might be 8. But those are going to start, in October, I think, September, October, and they're going to rotate between Mineral Area College, or the first half's going to be at Mineral Area College, and the second half here in St. Genevieve. We do those kind of a multi-county thing.
And that's where all the beautiful flower beds around town.
Well, no, those are the garden clubs.
Oh, those are
now some of the
okay.
people that do the garden clubs have been through the Master Gardener program.
Oh, okay.
It's really about learning in great detail about gardening and plants and diseases and pests and propagating and all of those sorts of aspects of it. So we have some phenomenal gardeners in this community. I just think all our gardens are so pretty. They do a nice job. So they learn a lot about that, and they provide a certain number of hours of community service as a part in order to keep their master gardeners standing.
Oh, wow.
For example, they've worked at they've worked on some of the public gardens, but they've worked on the garden at Riverview And
That's a pretty garden.
yeah, and they've worked at some other areas. They've done classes, things like the garden walk. They organize that in the spring, and the master gardeners do all that themselves.
Yeah, that's a neat program too.
It is.
I
that's
wonder
a lot of
if
fun.
people are seeing Charlie Brown or us.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask Don.
Oh well,
I don't
the
know.
voice is
Oh,
not.
yeah. Maybe they'll think
Maybe
I'm
something's
Charlie
recording.
Brown tonight.
Golly, that makes me Lucy, doesn't it? I'm the cranky one. Thanks for. Oh, I know.
If someone is watching us tonight, would call us and say, you are on television.
Whether they can see us or not, or whether they're
So
looking at Charlie
we will know if
Brown.
we're really on there or
I
not.
What is
he
that
said
number,
what time
Mary Ann?
It was.
Our number is 883-7675. If you have a question or you just want to talk to us.
Because we can talk.
Yes.
we're good
Definitely,
at talking.
Okay, you can continue. Sorry.
Oh, just rambling on. Couple things I want to mention. We have a couple of classes coming up in our food preservation series we're doing this summer. We've got one coming up Thursday the 21st, a week from this Thursday, on making salsa. Salsa is now the #1 condiment in the U.S.
And
Beat out
one
ketchup.
of the grocery stores is having a contest on that. Is it Schnucks?
Well, there you go.
I think it's
And this is
Schnucks.
perfect time because the tomatoes are coming ripe and the peppers, and this is the right time to do it. And then the week after that, on the 28th, we have a class on freezing your produce. And now I took this class, and I know it sounds. When I took it, I thought, well, so you get a Ziploc, you put it in the Ziploc, and you put it in the freezer. But it's fascinating, all the stuff that you can freeze and how you freeze it and how you prepare it, and then even freezer recipes, like making freezer jam. This class went beyond, the first one I took went beyond the 2 hours because we asked so many questions. It's a lot more interesting than it sounds. So that's on the
Now Charlie
28th.
Brown's off.
We have a news program or
Oh,
something.
now we're
on.
looking at commercials.
Oh, now they're serving ribs.
Speaking of food, on August 20th, we have another, the Mississippi River Hills group is
Yes.
doing these farm dinner fundraisers during the summer. And we had our first one at SteGenTV Winery, and it was fabulous. Guest chef from L'Ecole Culinaire Cooking Academy in St. Louis came and volunteered and cooked all local foods. That's what these dinners are. And we have one coming up on August 20th. That's going to be at the Saxon Lutheran Memorial. Have any of you been there in Perry County and the Frona area? Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It is and this is not just a Lutheran thing, it's not a religious thing. It is it's a historic farmstead and a log cabin village that's all been restored. And they do the most interesting things there. They have, for example, a stone oven, an outdoor oven, and they do community baking days.
Where is this at?
This is in Frona in Perry County.
Frona.
So
Okay.
we're going to do our next farm dinner out there on August 20th. And those are fundraisers, and they can go to the MississippiRiverHills.org website for more information on that one. And then I think there's another one coming up in September, somewhere.
Somewhere in September.
I can't think September ahead.
Do you know what time that starts on the 20th of August?
No. It's
if
an
you
evening
call.
thing. It is a fundraiser, but it is really worth it. What's fun is this is the second year we're doing these, and
Hey,
we're getting kind of a
live.
regular following now. We've got a group that comes. We've got a group of about 8 to 10 that come over from Madison County, Missouri. There's a couple small groups that come down from St. Louis, and there's some local people that attend too. So that's fun.
And they do all this out in the village.
We do it well. We do these farm dinners in places that you don't normally get to go. We've done them in vineyards, places like that. Yeah, we did one on Bob Eckenfeld's farm last year with all that wonderful grass-fed beef. That was awesome. Adam Lambay out at Shawmette Winery has done a lot of our chefing for us. I don't know whether that's a verb, but I just made it one. And
It sounded good.
It sounded real
I can
professional.
make that up. He is a fabulous chef, and I love how Adam really is committed to using fresh local ingredients. We love chefs that do that. So even if you go to Chalmette, you'll look at their menu, you will see pictures of local farmers. You know, he's buying his pork, for example, from Kenny Meyer. He's buying eggs from Fleeks. He's buying some produce from Clyde Brookerhoff and from Linda Williams. And they've got pictures on there. I love seeing people do that.
That's
great.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well,
When
you know,
they
I'm
support
really
the local community.
absolutely, and I'm
Everybody should
really
do
into
that.
the whole regional foods, and you know, our food choices have not been working well for us. You look at our health factors in this country and in Missouri, we rank some of the worst in
That's for
terms
sure.
of obesity, diabetes, some of these factors. Hello, Exhibit A right here. I'm not diabetic, but in terms of how we have, what we've been eating, and it's not been good for us economically. But, you know, I look at my niece, and she doesn't like tomatoes because all she's really had, I think, are truck tomatoes out of California that are
Oh.
picked green. They bounce like rubber. They're hard as can be.
Hard, yeah.
And those are tomatoes that have been genetically grown to be a particular color, to look good, and to be pretty, and to be a particular uniform size. They have not been grown for flavor, and they've been grown to be shipped
Yeah,
very
and
long
to last
distances
forever
and
in
to
the
last
store.
forever. And so you know the difference between that tomato and one out of your gardens.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And it's no wonder kids don't like tomatoes if they don't know what one really tastes like. I'd love to do a tomato tasting. I wanted to do that this year, but maybe next year we'll try to do something like that. Try some of the different varieties of tomatoes. And
Yeah,
And-
Patty Nair grows several different kinds.
yeah, there's a
Yeah,
number of people
yeah.
around here that do. If you go to the farmer's market, you'll find some really good
Oh, you can
tomatoes.
find all kinds of great things at
Oh,
farmer's market.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
gosh.
yes.
Yeah, I got my favorite blackberries last week Saturday.
We made, at our last farm dinner,
I love
we made
blackberries.
blackberry cobbler that I'm still fantasizing about. It was really very
Now,
good.
Carol Fleeg had wild
Yes.
blackberries this past
Oh,
week.
those are so good.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
get in a lot of sun, hello, they get nice and sweet. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. So
Sometimes you pay $40 for a gallon.
for a gallon of,
If somebody's bidding on them
oh, I see.
and you aren't there to protect yourself.
And the
happened today.
blueberries this year.
At a car show.
Oh,
Yeah,
expensive,
they bid for 'em, yeah.
expensive cobbler,
$40
right?
for a gallon of those things.
I'm like, I don't know where she's shopping, but I'm not paying $40 a gallon.
We're not going there.
And they
you know,
were
there's
tame
a common misconception that buying local, buying like at your farmer's market is more expensive, but it isn't.
it's
No.
not.
It really isn't. You know, there's some things you might pay a little bit more for, but
The flavor is what.
well, the quality and the nutritional value as well.
And especially if you're buying fresh produce, the shelf life of it isn't like it is when you buy it at the store because they've used so much preservatives and stuff on them and waxes.
Oh, yeah.
But you're
on
getting stuff fresh out of the
Oh,
field.
I know it,
I
and
buy
it tastes wonderful.
I buy farm fresh milk, okay, commercial there, out of Perry County. And because I like skim milk, and the problem with skim milk is it tends to start going off almost as soon as you get home. You know, it doesn't last very long, but you get that stuff, you get the fresh stuff, it'll stay good and fresh tasting for 2 weeks. You know, it's good stuff. So you know, unless you're going to leave it sit around like I do, it's good stuff. So yeah, I want to see people making healthier choices and local choices. You know, when you buy locally, you know, let's say I buy tomatoes from, let's say Marianne has a farm. Well, then Marianne's maybe she's got employees. So my dollar has just gone to pay for local jobs. Those employees have to go shopping if they're shopping locally. And we talk about that return, and we want to see that dollar stay in the
Go around
community
and
as
around.
long as
Yeah.
possible. I don't mind the tourists coming in and giving us their dollars, but I don't want to see all of our dollars bleeding out of this community or bleeding out anywhere, because that makes us more vulnerable, and it can just destabilize our local economies. So yeah, I get all wound up about this stuff.
So
it should
I have the
be.
best job in the world. thrilled, though. I really do.
Well, you just got done with a great thing, the fair.
Well, now, we get a lot of credit for the fair we don't deserve because we are heavily involved, yes, and do a lot of different events. But people need to know that fair is run by a board of volunteers who kill themselves for the fair. I think Paul Arnold probably still in a coma. He's fair board chair now. And those people work all year long. I mean, that grass has to be mowed, decisions have to be made, things got to be done all year long. And, you know, we have our first fair board meeting of the year coming up, I think, next week. You know, kind of decompressing from this year and what's going on. So, yeah, we do a lot with the fair, but I think people need to know there's a lot of volunteers that put in a lot of time on that fair every year.
Well, it was a great fair this year.
It was a
because-
great
Even though
fair.
it was really hot.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
on Sunday. Just on
Yes,
Sunday.
Friday
And I
and
wasn't in
Saturday
charge of
was
ordering
nice.
Sunday's weather. I ordered Friday and Saturday's weather.
Trish,
It's nice, yeah.
that's a cop out.
No, it was really nice weather on Friday and Saturday. And but you know, even so, Sunday we survived.
Well, they
You
had
know,
a
you
good
got to be
attendance.
hardy to live in Missouri. So
Oh, yes, you do.
yeah, really good attendance. I haven't heard numbers, but I could tell by looking that there was a lot of people
Well, and we
there.
didn't get any rain.
And the volleyball, the kids
Yeah.
played volleyball in that heat. I
We had
was
more
dying, and they
booths,
were-
more kids activities this year. They try to add it a little more. You know, new event this year, the cowboy mounted shooting thingy. And I didn't see it, but because I was working. And so, yeah, it gets a little better every year. I was
Good.
very pleased.
Well, if
That's good.
anybody has any questions they'd like to ask Trish,
Tish.
call us. Tish. I
Heavens.
did that with Mr. Zelensky.
Oh,
I
yes.
called
Rich-
him the wrong
Rich
name.
Zelensky.
Ding. Call
Well,
us at 883-7675, and we'd be glad to answer your questions.
Or tell you what's on with the Snoopy and the.
No, it's
Snoopy
on
left.
now.
We're back on.
We're back
Oh, we're
on
back on.
live, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was enjoying the Peanuts cartoon.
So,
That's all right.
We had a very interesting paper this week. Did anybody read it?
I
Did you
just glanced at it. I
glance
haven't
through
had
it?
a chance to read it
Yeah.
yet.
We have Chase Keeling. He's 12 years old, and he's
Oh, yes.
iPhone and iPods, selling apps. That's great. He's a smart little kid, I guess. And the Moonlight Madness is coming
That's
out
Moonlight
Thursday.
Madness tomorrow.
Oh, it
Yep.
is tomorrow. That's
Tomorrow,
right.
I
yes.
love Moonlight Madness.
And
From
the
5:30 to
hospital
9:30.
is having their markdown in their gift shop
Oh, for the Moonlight Madness?
Thursday and Friday.
Oh.
And
Oh,
it's all
really?
50% off. So if you get
Wow.
a chance, run out to the hospital and
Need a gift.
I
need
love this
some
event
gifts.
because it's a great time when it's not so hot to get
Yes.
out to these shops. And they have good deals, too.
oh,
and
yeah.
we have really nice shops in town. Like,
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pam Klein's shop. She's got really neat stuff. Show Me Shop
Yeah.
does.
Big fan
Yeah.
of the candy shop.
Yeah, and the candy shop. Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of
Now,
healthy
Trish,
food
that's not
choices.
healthy.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not healthy, but boy, it sure is
You know,
good.
it's strategically located right there across from the office. So.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
can
But
just
she's got a
grab
lot
piece.
of great
Yeah.
gifts in there. Lisa went in there the other
Yes,
day
she
and
does.
bought this really cool wind chime thing. And I'm not necessarily into wind chimes, but this one was really beautiful. I think Terry at Sweet Thing, she's got really good taste.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
so she's got some nice things. And
She
I bought
does.
I bought a framed print that hangs in our office that I really liked in there. So yeah, she lures you in with the candy, but then you buy this
This other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and
buy
you
other
all
stuff.
want you to see all this other stuff.
Yeah, I got a sweet
But
tooth.
that's good.
I go in there for the candy.
Yeah, we all get
And
My
I try to
weakness.
stay out because
I like the truffles.
I do too. That's my favorite.
Well, and I like going down and seeing the art downtown. You know, we've got some really fabulous artists now. Mike Devaney's got his new studio, and
Yes.
and some
and
of the fun
watching
stuff
some
that
of the
Bolduc's been
school
doing.
kids, the school kids when they do their art thing. I love that. Those
Yeah,
kids
John
are,
is a very
those
good
kids
teacher,
are so talented.
And I believe this is going to be the third year anniversary of the Fourth Friday Art Walk. I saw an email on that. Sorry, Mike, I'm not going to quite remember. But regardless, it's still a fun thing
She's
to do.
been busy all week, Mike. That's why she.
Well, that, and I'm mildly medicated, so I'm a little bit punchy. That's why I got my notes. I didn't want to forget what I do because that would be bad.
And we had lunch today out at Missy's Little Kettle.
The new place, I've heard. Yeah, tell
and,
me.
she has about the same thing she had in Perryville.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Well, that's neat.
really
I-
nice
good.
menu, and she's open only now from 6 to 2. So she
Very
has her
good.
evenings
Oh,
off.
the lunch choices, I tell you.
Yeah. All
Yes,
around
we
town.
have good lunch. We have very good restaurants.
We
in
do.
St.
We
John.
really do. We're
We
lucky
really
that
do.
way. I love going down to Stella and Me and
To the
Station 2
cafe.
Cafe,
Station
lots of
2.
local ingredients, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and I love the little corn plastic that they use. And yeah, there's a lot
With
of
the big
lot of
field.
good food. I had dinner at the Anvil a couple nights ago.
Oh, their food's fabulous.
I just have to get an Anvil fix every now and then.
Oh, yeah, they're so good.
Got to get those onion rings and
That's
Oh,
the way.
that's great.
That's the way it is with the chicken and liver dumplings on Tuesday at the
The
hotel.
hotel. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh
And
yeah.
Ciro's best salad bar around.
Yep.
You know, I like to go over there and I just get the salad to go. And I shouldn't tell them this. I eat this for 2 meals. There's so much in there.
Your
Yeah,
price
I
of the
know.
salad
The price just went up, didn't it?
Double
She
pay.
was just joking.
Just
Susan.
kidding. I eat the whole thing, Susie. Really, I do.
But we do have a lot of good restaurants.
We really do.
And I've heard a lot of people say that they come. Well, I have some friends over Farmington, and they come over here to eat. They said we have better restaurants in Farmington than that area has.
Well, you know, I think we do
It's
well.
like
And, you know, we've noticed in the advent of social media, you know, we have a Facebook page, we have a website. I use Twitter. I'm a Twitterer. And look, Marianne's just going to leave that lie there. I can't believe that.
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
But we're getting people coming to our classes from St. Louis
That's
and
great.
from St. Francis County. And you know why it is? It's because they want to come down here, go to dinner,
Yeah.
have a good time, and then they go, you know, our class will start at 6 or 6:30. And we think that's great, but we're getting probably, in our gardening classes too, we're getting St. Louis people that are coming down.
Oh, isn't
and
that
we're like,
great?
okay.
Well, St. Louis
I'm all right
people
with that.
like that. That's an hour drive. That's,
Yeah, it's
Right.
an hour.
That's not even bad.
And it's nothing because it takes you that long to get across St. Louis.
Well, yeah.
And they enjoy it, and they're getting quality programs and quality people to interact with, right? All our
Exactly.
St. Gen people are absolutely the best. They're bringing us a little of their
And
money.
Yvonne's cooking school too. That's,
Oh, yeah.
I've never gone, but everybody that's went
I
says
haven't
it's
either.
great.
Well, you got to get a group of people together.
Down on
Down
Rosemary
next-
and Thyme Cooking School down on Market Street.
Market
Right
Street,
next
Not
to
Market, I'm
Shelley
sorry,
Shaw.
Main
There's a
Street.
Shelley Shaw.
Well, I didn't know that.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and Yvonne's a fabulous chef.
Didn't she cook at one of the wineries? at one time?
Yeah, she did I believe she was the pastry chef out at Chalmette. I don't know whether she still is, but
Yeah, I
and
remember she was at.
we've
one of
had her
those.
do some things. We had her,
Hors d'oeuvres and things.
yeah, but
Yeah, we've
I
got a
remember
lot
the
of neat
chocolate
places.
walk, best event ever, by the way. In February.
Are they going to redo that
She
in
had these
February?
little chocolate cordial things that, I was just totally lost there for a minute thinking about those. Oh, I'm sure they probably will. I don't know for certain, but I was a big fan of the chocolate walk.
Well,
There was
if
a
you
fair amount of
really
people.
like chocolate, I think you really have to like chocolate.
You have to like
Ooh, I
chocolate.
really like chocolate.
See, chocolate.
See, I don't
is-
know that I trust people that don't really like chocolate.
Well, honey, you don't trust me then. I
You
like
don't
chocolate.
like
I like chocolate.
Oh, I love
But-
chocolate.
But they had sales too,
Yeah,
and things.
And I
And they had
like other things, too. But I can do without chocolate.
They had an overwhelming response, I think, this
Yes.
year. I think it really surprised them. They did a really good job promoting it, and I think it surprised them how many people were here.
Yeah. And a lot of people like to come, like it's at that time of year when the winter is closing down a little bit. You're getting nicer weather. Maybe we had a snowstorm or something, and all of a sudden now it's getting nice.
We're all ready to
And
get
then-
out in February.
So,
But
Yeah.
we have a lot of things. I mean, a lot of people come just for the weekend, just to get away. They'd like to
Yeah,
come to St.
you know what I'm
Genevieve just for the
noticing
weekend.
is, and this, I have no numbers to back this up, but I've noticed this summer more people around during the week, because I'm right
Yes.
downtown. And I think that's a really good sign. And our merchants seem to be happy, those that I talk to, that they're doing as well or better than last year.
Ours, will
That's
you
good.
see if our phone is working?
They
Just
can't
pick
get a
it
word
up.
in edgewise.
Is it working?
It's working. Come on,
Oh,
fall
come
in.
on,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
fall
you're
in.
upside down.
Oh, Lord. Bill like that.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They'll think
Oh, there you're right side
Okay,
up.
girl, you're right side now.
Technical
Thanks,
difficulties.
You make life so
Mary
interesting.
Ann standing on her head.
So if you want to, call us at 883-7675.
Okay, can I just keep yammering?
Yes.
Because a couple other things I want to mention
sure,
that are
go right
coming up.
ahead.
Now, I don't have dates on these, but working on a couple things for the fall, because this is a good time for us to do more planning.
Right.
We're going to do a series of marketing classes for small businesses, and those are going to start in October, and they'll run through the fall before the winter months. And we're really aiming to offer very practical advice. That's why we're breaking it all up in a series of classes. You know, there's going to be one, I think we're going to start out with one on how to do a marketing plan. We're going to look at how to do marketing research using the internet. We're going to make these as often as we can hands-on. We're going to look at social media and websites for your business, looking at, there's some places online you can develop a free site or a not very expensive site. You know, like we just did the one for the Fair Board that was very inexpensive. We're also going to do a couple classes on evaluating your business plan, or I'm sorry, your business idea. So we have a lot of people who say, you know, I've always thought about doing this or doing that. And so we want to provide a venue where people can come in and say, this is what I'm thinking of doing. Is this a viable business idea? We're going to do two of these. One of these is going to be for food-based businesses, because we're going to work with our health departments in the region and see if we can get somebody in there to talk about that aspect of it, because that's not our specialty, the food code and all of that. And then we'll do another one sort of for everything else. So you're going to have to watch for those. But we just got a 2-year grant from the Small Business Administration that's going to keep Lisa Palmer around for another couple years. We're very happy about that. Yeah, Lisa works exclusively on our Mississippi River Hills initiative, and but it's also going to pay for allow us to finance some educational programs that'll help small businesses and.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah,
That's
it is
great.
good. It is good. Yeah, we get out there and beat the bushes and see what we can find in the way of funding to bring more resources to the communities and that we serve.
Anything else coming up?
Oh, heavens to Betsy, there's always stuff coming up. Our nutrition program just won a Excellence in Nutrition Education Award. I got that email today. That was great.
Well, that's wonderful.
We have, our new 4-H year starts September 1, although it's kind of a loose, I mean, it's a deadline, but people can sign up just about any time now, so it's a great time. And we're bringing back the Junior Leaders Program, which is for teenagers, and that's leadership, citizenship, all of that sort of thing. We had one years ago, and those kids all sort of graduated out, so Gretchen's bringing that back. And so we're looking forward to that. Of course, she has Dragon's Den after school now. This is why nobody calls, because they can't get a word in once I get going.
You can call. We'll shut her
Yummer,
up
yummer,
for
yummer,
a few
yummer.
minutes.
Yeah.
So what was the Dragon's Den?
Dragon's Den after-school programming at St. John Elementary and Bloomsdale Elementary.
Yes.
And Gretchen actually has 4-H clubs associated
Oh,
with
at the
both of
school?
those. Yeah,
Oh,
at the
okay.
schools now.
Well, that's wonderful.
That is.
Yeah, our 4-H programs have been, it's a lot of fun for me. Now that I've been here going on 16 years, and I'm seeing our kids, they've become adults in some cases and having children, and they're becoming community leaders. You know, we have a lot of people, I mean, 4-H is about leadership, and it's about getting involved. It's not just fun times.
No,
Fun
it's-
times
it's
is good.
very
It is
good.
an education program.
I was in 4-H when I was a kid.
Were you?
Were you? See, I wasn't,
I
but,
was girls.
but I'm a big fan now.
I was in 4-H, and then after a certain age, then I went to the junior leadership thing.
And 4-H just isn't, people think sometimes it's just for farm kids or it's just about raising livestock.
It's not.
And that's important, but that's not all it is. We have, various different computer projects. I've done classes with GPS and in GIS. We have programs in that area. Aerospace, we've got kids doing that. Gretchen's going to be mad if I forget all of these other non-farm type of activities. But there are other programs or other project areas that are skill-based and
Well, we used to
relevant
have,
to today.
We used to have part of our 4-H. One of the things was that during the holidays, we had certain businesses would let us come in and decorate their windows for the holidays
I'll let you come to my house and decorate.
with the 4-H theme.
No trick.
It
Not
was
how-
fun.
not
It was
business.
really
Not
fun.
No.
Business.
But it was really fun. It was interesting.
Well,
you know.
I remember when they used to have the kids paint windows, the school
Right.
kids.
For
And
Halloween and
Halloween and
Christmas.
Christmas. That
Well,
was
yeah.
fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Boy Scout,
That was neat.
Scouts did that because I was den mother and we made window decorations.
Did you see the parade the other day for the fair?
No,
We
I
had
was out of town.
I love the
missed that.
SteGen float is generally a pickup truck and maybe a wagon if you're lucky, but
that's
we had
St.
one of the
Jan.
kids had on the Truman the Tiger outfit this year.
Oh, okay.
And it was really fun because this particular young man, he's a very sweet boy, but he's kind of quiet, kind of reserved. And he got that tiger costume on, and he danced and boogied the whole way, waved to the little kids. And
Oh,
they,
my
they
gosh.
loved it. It was hilarious to watch him.
But see, when you're in costume, you can do stuff.
Nobody
you would
knows
know.
Like you were saying, you can do anything
Yes.
when you're in a costume.
Does she know she's not wearing her costume now?
I know.
But so that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Some of our kids, they just got back from the WOW trip, the Wonders of Washington, which we do about every 3 or 4 years. So they just got back right before the fair. And, you talk about an educational trip. They go to Washington, D.C., they went to New York, Ground Zero, and they stay at the 4-H Center in D.C., and really see everything up close and firsthand,
That's
and
good.
just had a fabulous time. I can't go because it would kill me to keep that pace, but they really did have a good time. So about 4 years from now, we'll do it again when the next
Is
crop
that
of
open
kid
to
is
all
older.
kids or just
4-H
the
kids.
4-H kids?
But it's not like
The 4-H is open to all kids.
Everybody, yeah.
4-H is open
Yeah.
to all kids
You
by
don't-
law. It has to be. 4-H is actually older than Extension. It's kind of Extension kind of started around.
It's
that.
old if I was in it.
Well, Extension goes back to
You're not
I don't know
old. You think
18
you are.
mid 1800s.
Oh, you're not that old.
Well,
No, I'm not that
I know it was a while back that 4-H had their 100th anniversary, so in Missouri. So that was a few years ago. But we've been around, and Extension's been in St. Gen County since the Depression. That's when the office
Oh,
opened
has it really?
locally.
Really, that
Yeah,
long
it
ago?
opened locally to working with farmers at that time. The records that I've been able to find.
Oh, okay.
And once you're in Extension, most of us are lifers, and some of the people that you've known over the years are either still in Extension or they're. Jerry Boschert, he's still here in the community.
Oh, yeah.
Was one of our fabulous chicken fryers for the 4-H chicken fry every year. We appreciate Jerry.
Well, the dinner was wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
it was
missed
good.
We
it.
missed
Oh,
it this
it was
year.
You missed
wonderful.
it.
It's so good.
We ran out
go
of
every
chicken,
year.
but we only had a few people left, so it was we just barely ran out this year.
It was
So it's always a little bit of a guessing game. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
I
fun.
never missed that chicken dinner.
Me
What was
neither.
I
And this
doing?
year, we just forgot about it.
I don't know what
We
I
were
was
home.
doing. I never missed
Some
that.
of our others around. Steve Janetta is still with Extension. He was in St. Louis when he left here, and he's in the Columbia campus. Sarah Lee still with Extension. She's on the other side of the state. Joe Horner, he's with Extension. He's dairy specialist in Columbia campus. So yeah, we don't get far. When you're in, you're in. John Ellerman and Robert Bacall are both with Ohio State Extension. Their extension. Every state's got extensions, so we can. They're all different, but there's a lot of common elements.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Are we over our time?
I'll
We
just
are
talk forever.
just about over our time. Iris, inform us who's going to be on next.
Next week, or 2 weeks
2
from
weeks.
tonight, will be Martha Riesinger from the St. John School Board. And then the week after that will be the Valley School Board.
Martha's
So-
recovering from the fair as well.
Yes.
She's on the fair board. She's
Yeah,
the
she is.
treasurer, and she's the one who handles all the gates, among other things, for the demo derby, and that is a zoo.
Oh, I
yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
That woman works very hard.
So everybody,
Well, thanks for letting me
tune in.
come in and yap at you.
Well,
we're
thank you
glad
for
for-
being
Well,
here with
listen,
us.
we got a lot of information from you.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
I could talk all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, well, there's a lot
You
going on.
must
It's a
have
big
did-
system.
Yeah, you must have gave them a lot of information since nobody called. Yeah.
Or they're like, she talks so fast. What is
Maybe
she
the
saying?
phones are all out over town.
Well, you know what? Call the office, 883-3548, or go to our website, extension.missouri.edu, then you just / St. Genevieve, and you'll find us.
And there's lots of literature down there to pick up.
Lots of free guide sheets, bugs, weeds, mold in your home, all kinds
If
of
you've
different
got
things.
something wrong with your
But
soil,
a lot of those are available on the website as well.
if you
can
want
just
your
download them.
soil tested, just take it
Soil
down there
testing,
and
we do a lot of
they'll
that
tell
this
you
time of
what's
year.
wrong.
I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it right now. Is your soil's underwater.
Yes. After
Definitely.
Sorry about that, but
Yeah.
our
So the pumpkins
patches-
got
Pumpkins
funds?
are our pumpkin patch fundraiser. Our pumpkin patch is about half underwater still. It was totally under yesterday,
Oh my gosh.
but it's about half under today.
Oh.
So we won't have pumpkins?
We're going to draw pictures of pumpkins and hand them out and say this is what they would have looked like.
If they had grown.
No,
Maybe
we'll
be
have
there.
some.
Yeah. we
Katie's
might
going to
be there.
do Katie's going to do a pumpkin field day this year, which is going to be really interesting. And so we'll actually be selling a couple weeks before Heritage Day, in addition to, because we don't want to wait until the last minute right before Halloween. But this new Heritage Day festival is so cool.
It is.
And we had a blast with it last year, so we're really looking forward to it this year.
Well, thank you very much
Thank you,
for
ladies.
being with us.
We enjoyed it very much.
And thank you for everything you do. You guys are so involved, and you do a lot for this community.
We try.
Well, we love this
And
town. Good night,
Hey,
y'all.
everybody, see you in 2
Thank you
weeks.
for listening. And hope to see you next time.
That's
Amen.
fabulous.
Thanks for
There's
watching.
gone.
Wednesday.